some lemon drop gum. I mean, some lemon cherry gumdrop. Right, that's the name of it. It's some good. It's a good sativa, right? So I'm chilling, and all I hear is "What up, nine?" And I'm like, "Oh." Now I don't have the phone in my hand, right? The phone is on this little table in my garage, right? So when I hear
Oh
Commander's
my God.
voice, my phone keep going black. So I go get the phone, I open it up, and I'm like, "What up, nine?" And I'm looking at the phone like, "Where Commander at?" She dropped down, and Gary was like, "She was never up here," and I'm like, "Bro, I know I ain't hearing shit again." I mean, every once in a while, okay, but not right now. I'm not even buzzing. But anyway, so I'm like,
Was you on some mushrooms? Like
nah,
he
nah.
was on skateboards on cloud nine, like little
Man,
Wayne.
no, you don't understand. Dealing with these people is like having using LSD or something. They scramble your brain. Dealing with them. He sounded like Commander. I thought she hit Commander. Commander be hitting the panel, so I'm thinking she hit the panel. And I'm
He
like,
was on mushrooms, yo.
no,
He
I don't
said,
trip off mushrooms. I don't trip. I can
"You
take
ever had them? Oh snap!
mushrooms, man. I take mushrooms like put it on my pizza and eat it. It don't bother
Oh,
me.
well, I wasn't talking about them type of mushrooms. I was talking about them shrooms,
That's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
Lil
Like
Wayne.
I can put those on pizza and I can probably eat an eighth and still like it won't bother me.
They told me that shit make you
People be
hallucinate.
eating stems. It's only man. I didn't. I'm really in my native roots. Powali. I do cleansing, so I take way stronger shit than mushrooms.
My whole life I've been scared of the shrooms.
No, but I tell you this, if you ain't used to it, don't do it because
I
you.
would
It's
never
not,
do
I
that.
seen one dude. I seen a dude jump through a window, and I'm like,
That's why I'm saying it. I'm
one
like,
dude. He was like, man, it's stuff coming out the wall. He was like, your face melting. This motherfucker grabbed the shotgun. I dipped. Like, nah, you ain't shooting me, bro. Talking about my face melting. Nah, you on some other shit.
that's
The
what
only
the
thing that
young
happened to me is the flowers start talking. The flowers be like, what up, though? I'd be like, what up, though? Next thing I know, I done had 30-minute conversation with a damn flower.
Dr.
That's
Doolittle and shit.
yeah, that's the only thing. Like I ain't that's the only thing I came close to tripping. But it was more the vibration. Like me and the flower was really communicating. We was having a deep intellectual conversation. I learned a lot that day. Um,
Well, y'all
what
know
did
that
the
if y'all
flower say?
ever see
we was
word
talking about frequency.
if y'all ever see word talking to squirrels and raccoons, it's because he's on shrooms, right?
No, I do that without shrooms. They be chilling with me. I'm
Yo,
like
Dr.
I'm a
Doolittle.
real life snow like on some real. Ask my when my wife get on here. Ask her any crazy question about me. My wife is infatuated with me because she think I'm like an alien or something. No, I'm serious. She be like, just the shit that happened to you. I just don't see it happen. Like deer have walked up to me in my
Dr.
apartment
Doolittle,
complex,
the
like
animal
walked right
whisperer.
up to me. I'm sitting outside smoking, and a damn deer walk up. I'm petting it. She was like, "Oh my!" She's freaking out. She in the kitchen, look out the window, see me rubbing a deer. She like, "What the hell happened?" I'm like, "It just walked up." I used to
Dr.
be
Mm-mm-mm.
Doolittle.
I used to be on school campus chilling on the bench, and a squirrel just run up on my lap. Like, damn, now I gotta feed him. So me and the squirrel just chilling eating a sandwich.
That's
Everybody
funny.
Okay.
looking like he got rabies. I'm like, it's not biting me. What is y'all tripping for? Like,
Yo,
I grew up in the
Okay.
backwoods. You know,
now
we
we gotta
figured it
Mm-hmm.
out.
now where you gotta observe your child, right? Because if you remember on Dr. Doolittle 3, I think Raven starts talking to the animals too.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
I can see my
She
son
does.
because like my son for some reason like butterfly. It's so weird because like I be chilling outside in the back. I don't see no butterflies. As soon as he come in the backyard, all these butterflies just start coming in my backyard, flying around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That shit weird, man.
Yeah. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. He's about to morph on y'all. Y'all keep playing. He about to evolve right in front of your eyes. Y'all
Chill.
playing.
Coach in tune with Mother Nature. That's what it is.
And
Yeah. He the
like
Beastmaster.
my son, he is like highly in tune with a lot of things. Like he just started school, and the teacher was asking like all the questions she asked about like 911. What do you do with a fire? What do you do with a strength? All that stuff. My son, she was like, he was just jumping up answering the questions. He showed me how to dial 911. I was like, man, my son know my damn pin code. He can take my debit card and go buy something. Like he watches you. Like I didn't. He knew my pin code, and I'm looking at him like, "How you know that?" He said, "I watch you." He watched me put
Mm,
my pin code in so many times. We went to the gas station. He said, "Dad, let me do it." So he put it in, and then he put the code. When he, I'm like, "No, no, no!" Like pushing the buttons, and he like fighting me away. He put the code in, and I'm like, "How you know the code?" He said, "I watched you." And I'm like,
Uncle
"My
Amanda said
son."
the animals go to her too.
I
Now
don't
she's
go
Snow White.
with
You Dr.
yeah,
Doolittle.
yeah. That's just like I mean, and it's good vibrations, and that's why I say like usually people who resonate high in their chakra field, once you get to like the green, um, it represents the throat chakra, but the color green itself represents nature. So, usually the people who with in their throat chakra or have it unlocked are really in tune with nature. And the throat represents the vibration. That's what nature is a natural vibration. It has a natural frequency. So if you resonating high in your throat chakra, you resonate high within nature. But that's why I mean it's important to open them chakras because it opens up different things in life, man. Like you get different.
Commander,
Go ahead.
no, I was about Commander said the animals always come up to her too. That's
Yeah,
not crazy. 'Cause I guess everybody forgot that live we did. Women are more close to nature than man is anyway. So y'all have a better relationship with the animals than men anyhow. I really believe that.
She says I have a rare albino praying mantis come to me 2 days in a row and wouldn't leave me alone. Oh snap!
Hmm. Yeah, it's like, what's up, mama? You like, you probably was
it,
rubbing your fingers together and it worked.
I ain't messing
It
with none
came.
of these.
I notice when bugs or animals, like you know what's really drawn to me, snakes. Like even when I go places and snakes, like my wife was freaking out one day because we went to the zoo and you know they got the little reptile area, and I was
Hmm.
like when I feel good, that's when I know it's like my energy field is good. A lot of things attract to me. When we went into the reptile thing, going by the snakes, every time I walked past the snake thing, the snake turned and came to the glass. Like it came
Oh,
from wherever it was at and it came to the glass. That freaked her out. The fourth time it happened, it was people following us around watching. Like, look, he's bringing the snakes. Like, I'm like, y'all weird, bro.
nah, you just the beast master. That's all that is.
Yeah, I love snakes, man. I love snakes. Snakes are one of the most like I don't know. I just always had a good rapport with snakes. I had a couple ball pythons, but even like wild snakes. Like when I was younger, I didn't understand it. It was like I always attracted snakes. But then we started playing baseball with them. But then when I got old, no, it wasn't. It was
Oh,
it was kind of cruel, bro, because the baseball bat was a machete.
Commander, you really had a black butterfly come to you?
My son just had a
That
black
means something.
butterfly. Yeah, it just landed on his head earlier, and he was walking around.
That
He was walking around with that butterfly on his head for about 5 minutes.
that's a confirmation. I'm trying to tell y'all something, man. That's a rebirth or a change.
He
I'm
had a
telling
white.
y'all.
The last 2 days, it was like 4 or 5 white butterflies flying around him. But today, when we went outside, he had a black one on his head. He was like, "Look, Dad."
Y'all look up what a black butterfly is. I'm just saying. That's what it means. Your son is about to listen. Your son is changing. You already knew that. They just
Man,
confirming it.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
hey, look, I'm gonna just tell you this joke Paul Mooney told back in the day. He said, when you put wings on a little white baby, they be like, "Oh, look at the little angel." He said, when you put wings on a black baby, they be like, "Oh, look at the little bat."
What?
That that was the wrong joke, but it was funny.
That's some crazy shit.
Paul Mooney was that was a joke, YouTube, and Paul Mooney told it, so it wasn't mine. Um, but no, Paul Mooney was a beast, man. He was hilarious, though. Paul
You
Mooney
better
was
stop. You stealing jokes. You better stop.
well. I gave him the credit before I even told it, so I wasn't trying to hide like I made it. Nah, I ain't want to get in trouble for telling that. I was just repeating what he said.
Yo, I'm dead. Only word, yo.
Plausible deniability. This is benefits of being partially blind.
OMG.
Mhm.
There you go. Look, I put it in the chat. Oh, I can't do that. That's stealing from the artist formerly known as, but it's in the chat. The meaning of a black butterfly can be a positive and symbolic of rebirth, transformation, and change. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't do that.
That's good because I thought they was just like little moths or something. I'm just playing.
I think black butterflies are beautiful, but I didn't know that they had a meaning to it.
Yeah, yeah.
This is my first time hearing it since Gary said it.
We playing around, educating people at the same time.
He kind
That's
of
how you.
reminded me of the movie. You ever seen that movie called The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
Yo, that movie, I think
Well,
the only one I like is part one because it kind of explains it a little bit. The other two parts confuse
all right, I'm gonna put what the white butterfly is too.
What's the white
It's
book?
coming. I'm about to post it. I'm gonna copy it and then I'm gonna post it. It's going in the chat. Since
me. Oh,
since you don't want to do it, let me put it in the chat. Let me put it in the chat.
so what?
Chat,
Yeah,
chat.
and
Butterfly
then
Effect, is it that he's traveling in time or is he like, how can I explain it? Is he stepping into another dimension?
no, it was he when you
That's
so
what that movie
when
is
you
confusing. I'm still
once
watching.
once you go back in time and change one thing, it changes everything. Cause and effect. You know, it's a
Mm-hmm.
ripple in a pond.
But how the
You
young
know,
boy go back in time?
each,
That's the crazy part.
each ripple, well, that's a whole different story. Um, like when we have to talk about
That's why
metaphysics.
I said, like, does he step into another dimension, another plane, to be able to travel back in time? Because that the other two movies really messed up the movie. Kind of like it's crazy. I don't know if y'all seeing it, but it confuses you. I'm like, does it have to do with like Word just broke it down a little bit, but it's real confusing.
Like
Mm-hmm.
it creates so now like once you change time, it creates a different timeline, or it creates a different the the present becomes different because you changed something in the past. So like when you talk about like when he originally went back, um, I don't. They never really explain how he did that. Um,
Because it seems like he steps outside of himself to travel back. Like, but
yeah,
it's crazy.
it's like astral projection almost.
Yes, that's what it
Um,
seems like. I'm
I
like,
I
I
just
would.
never, I just never. But that will be time travel. You know, if you can astral, but this is what
Because I've
don't
heard you
make
talk
sense.
about it.
Yeah, but what don't make sense about that is he has to astral project and go back into his body. But now you have two consciousness in the same body. So that's why it didn't make sense as far as like astral projection time travel. Because when you astral project, you can go to different planes of existence, but to go back to a period of time into a physical existence,
Where you're at, that would destroy a lot because you're not supposed to be, time
yeah,
traveling. I've read about it, and even in the movie, it tells you, like not that movie, but in movies, it'll tell you you cannot be in the same place as yourself.
yeah, they say that in a lot of movies. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, what part of you is traveling? Because the physical part, to physically travel back in time, you have to step through some type of wormhole, portal, or dimension. You can't astral project and physically go back in time, but you could consciously. So the only thing that makes sense is for you to have a vessel that you can consciously go back and do physical things in.
It's
Um,
crazy
but to do
because
that into your same body to change your history, conscious
that's
in the same body, unless the body is asleep, unless one consciousness is asleep and have it. But I heard of that as far as sleepwalking. It was this professor of metaphysics. I forgot her name, but she was saying when people sleepwalk, what it is another conscious from another time taking over and trying to do things or to change the course of history. And I'm like, I mean, but the way she presented it, I was like, damn, it was kind of dope.
Because somebody else also broke that butterfly effect. But what confuses me is when they sit here and they throw in the spirituality part. I'm like, y'all really confusing me. Because in there, I'm like, everybody is seeing it, but like, that's why it's crazy. Because how the other day the conversation went, it does confuse when you're trying to put something, like trying to compare our physical world to the spiritual world, and try to like, it's hard to put it into words because I can't even do it. I'm
And
confused
see,
myself.
and I was just talking to them earlier. Like, if you remember a lot of my early lives, I did it by association, but what people try to do is by context. Like, the physical is not the spiritual, but you can associate the physical to the spiritual. They linked, but you can't say the physical is the spiritual.
That's
You
why
can't do that. That's not what it is.
that's where
It's
people throw
two
me off.
different. It, yeah, it's two different planes of existence. You have the spiritual, and then you have the physical.
I know
Now
I'm
you can
still learning how to
bring
do.
now your deeds with the energy that you put out, the actions or the energy, emotion or the emotion are a manifestation of the spirit into the physical. So you
Right.
can so like if I say this, you resonating on a low vibration, how can you tell? But by the deeds you do. You're doing low vibrational things. That's how I know where you at. But to bring the spiritual plane onto the physical plane, no, man, you don't do nothing.
That's where people confuse me, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, yo, okay, I get certain things, but you know what? You got me in a whole loophole right now, and I'm still in that rabbit hole trying to figure out certain things. I'm like, I just woke up like 7 years ago. Like, can you break it down to me like I'm in kindergarten? Because y'all just confusing me as years go by.
But that's what I said. I heard what he was doing, but it's like that's what you do. And if you're trying to actually ascend people or give people information, you have to give it to them in a way they can digest it.
Yeah, because I'm like,
You know.
that movie is kind of crazy though, because it's like if you peep in this movie, he doesn't change nobody's life but his.
Hmm.
He travels back in time. Normally, when you see the movies traveling back in time, you change one thing, you change everything.
Everything. Yeah.
So that's where that movie is interesting. I still be watching that movie over and over. I'm like, did I miss something? Like something I had to have missed something because I'm still not understanding this damn movie out of all movies.
I don't think I watched the other ones. I
Yeah,
watched
there's
that,
two more parts
and
to it.
yeah, I watched that. Ashton Kutcher. Well, yeah, he got fucked up the more he did it. The
First
more.
one is the best one. It's the crazy part. You look at the other ones, they
Yeah,
low
I'm like, man,
budgets.
you losing limbs and everything, bro. Like, chill.
That shit was crazy.
Like
All you
things
know about
happen.
time Endgame. That's the only thing I
And
know about it.
but see, when I watched it, what I got from it was things happen for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Mhm.
did more harm going back trying to fix stuff than just living through it and
It
learning a
made it
lesson
worse.
from it. Yeah, it just made it worse.
Every time he
So
did something, made it worse. He got somebody back in his life, but it's like I get the certain messages, but I don't get the spiritual message out of that movie yet. Real shit. But the
Ooh.
physical, like out here in reality, I get it. Like you lose people, you can't turn back the hands of time. There's a reason why that person's not here with you no more. That's why I said I understood certain messages in the movie. That's why I'm like, yo, every time he went back to try to change something to get somebody he cared about, especially that girl, he just messed everything up.
I mean, the spiritual one. I mean, you defied the laws of the universal laws, just law of rhythm. Like I said, everything happens for a reason.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, we lose things, we lose people, but it was for a reason.
Some
And
people trying.
instead of holding on to what was, embrace what is,
That's a
you
fact.
know, and that's something tough to learn, And I haven't experienced it like everyone else has, so I can't say, when I lose my mother or father, how I'm gonna feel, but I'm getting a lot of practice. I can say
I'm
that.
getting a lot of practice.
I mean, that's the only other thing I can say it because I lost a lot of people who was close to me, just not the closest people, you know.
Yeah.
So, like my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, that hit kind of hard because I had a bond with him, but how it affected my wife. So that hit hard because I'm not only dealing with my emotions, but now I'm hers. So
It's a double whammer.
yeah, but it's like
It's
what I'm
gonna be
supposed to
vice
say to her.
versa.
Yeah.
It really is.
Mm.
It'd be hard when you lose people though, but it teaches you something because whether people, believe it or not, like the hardest death on me, people would have thought it was my mom, but it wasn't because I prepared myself for my mom. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy, but I prepared. Like everybody's like, but you, it's like it hurts deep, but I already knew it was going to happen because of how she lived her life. My brother, that John hit me like it sat me down. It taught me so many lessons. But it's like if my brother would have still been here today, believe it or not, as much as it hurt me, no matter how many times I wish I could turn back the hands of time and maybe change something that could have probably bettered him, it was destined. My brother wasn't going to change. He was hurting here.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with my baby pops. He was hurting. Like no matter what I bring him back, it's gonna be the same thing over and over. Why would I want to repeat that history? And what made me realize that was an old head that sat me down and was like just talking to me. Like I'm saying, I'm like, damn, when you sit here and you listen to people, it's like I never thought about it the way you're saying it. I'm thinking about it in the anger, like what I've been through. I could never have thought
Mm-hmm.
about it the way you gave it to me, the way you pointed it out to me. Not unless you said something.
Yeah.
Man, I remember 2 days before my grandmother passed, she was telling me how all her brothers and sisters and cut like everybody she knew was gone. I'm like, Grandma, I'm still here. She said, "You young, you need to live life." She's saying, "I can hold you back." She said, "As long as I'm here, you will always be trying to take care of me, and that time you can be using to better yourself, living your life." She said, "I had my times," and I'm like, "Man, whatever." And when she passed away, I was so angry, but I kept hearing her say that, and then it was like I understand. You know, it's not about what I miss. I got to think about her too. No matter how much, she just felt like she was a burden. She just felt like that, and she ain't want to be that. And I started thinking about myself. I don't want to be no burden on people. So if I can't do something like this, no, don't put me in no room and let me lay in no bed. And you got to change and flip. No, let me go. So I understood what she was saying. Everything she knew was gone, and uh, the kids are grown. She did everything. Now she want to relax and chill. She done. That's just where she was at. And what helped me because that was like my mom. That's who raised me. I called her mom. That's what I knew. Like, um, but when she left, it was like I was messed up, but it was like I was all right because I knew she wanted me to be okay. And like she told me, she was like the hardest thing she had to do was bury her mother and wake up the next day. But she said once she did it, it became easier and easier with each day. She was telling me
Mm.
this when I was young. Like, so one thing I feel like my grandmother did was prepare me for death. Like she showed me it was okay. Like this is something that happened. She never hid it from me. She took me to people waits. I didn't even know these people. I want to see people in caskets and stuff. My grandmother, because I guess she knew like one day I'm gonna be gone. I want him to be cool, and she knew I was crazy.
That's just crazy because that's how
But
my bond with my mom was a little bit. We had a love hate relationship sometimes, but it ain't come from me. It's my mom. It's crazy. Word knows my story, but at the end, I found out my mom had PTSD and all that because of what she went through, her trauma, and us kids, we had to pay for it. But at the end, she tried. Like she had this house. She's like, man, I gotta put the deed under your name. We tried, but her being in her past, the tumors that she had in her head stopped her from doing a lot of stuff. And boom,
mm,
like not long after she ended up in that bed, and I had to call for help, because her and my brother wasn't getting along at the end. Well, that shit was crazy. I held her in my arms. She was like, I was really trying to put that house under your name. I just want you to help your siblings. Boom. Those were the last words. She's like, I want to see my mom. Like, she's like, do not let them take my organs. Do not let them put me on life support. And I did just that. I've been trying to keep my word ever since. I'm like, she wasn't a bad person. She was just through a lot. They didn't know how. How can you give something you've never, had in your life?
Yeah,
I've always asked that question, and it took me to lose her to understand that.
yeah. And you know what, man? Your mom loved you because she kept you. You know what I'm saying? She could have.
And she asked me for forgiveness in her death time, like on her deathbed. I was like, damn, I
Yeah, you
forgive you, but it's like, why now? She's like, what the fuck?
because you know what, like you said, sometimes people they just don't have the experience, right? And so they don't know, so they can't do. But um, you just got to recognize that, everyone has their own maturity rates, their own enlightenment times. My father, he wasn't there for me when I was young, but now, I mean, he the best dad on the planet. You can't tell me nothing different. So he had to find his way. And me being a man, I understood that because I had to find my way. So when I began to find my way and understand, I looked at him like, I understand now that why you was doing this or why you was doing that, why you wasn't here or why you was here at this time. I when I look back, I seen his progression, and that made me progress though. Watching him do it, I grew up with my parents. They only a couple years, they're 16 years older than me. So I
Mm.
watched them grow up while I was growing up. So
Me and my
um,
kids.
yeah, that was unique because as they was learning, I was learning from them.
hmm
Mm.
So with my sons too, though, like people don't believe it. They be like, you can't be a friend to your son. I'm like, look, I'm not a friend to my son. You don't see me chilling with them. You don't see me doing none of that stuff. I am a friend in a way that you won't even believe it. I'm like, we all need a friend, right? These kids need somebody to talk to before they go out and let everything they got in their chest out to somebody else that might influence them in a wrong way. I sit, I listen. I'm that shoulder they can lean on, and I give them advice. It's up to them on how they take the advice that I give them. The first one is hard headed, my firstborn, and he autistic
Mm.
at that. So he thinks he knows everything and he could own the world, especially because he's good at making money and he don't need nobody. Now, my second child, they call him a mama's boy because he tells me everything. I'm like, that's my best friend. Are you saying that you wanna like look? Listen, I want him to tell me everything, and he does. I'm like, I don't see the problem with that. Like, y'all want to sit here and push your kids to the side and then wonder why they don't trust y'all.
Let me give you some game, man. These people be coming up with these concepts and putting things with things that don't go with things. There's no way you can be your child's friend. A parent is every fucking thing and
Mm-hmm.
anything a child needs. That's what
Thank
we
you.
are as parents. So no, I'm not going down my you being a friend. No, fuck out of here. You just
Mm-hmm.
don't want to take care of your kids. I'm here for my child no matter what my child needs. That's my responsibility.
Exactly.
To teach and to rear my child. Y'all raising kids like y'all raising cattle. Y'all should be rearing them. But what people do is, oh, the kid ain't learning nothing in school. They supposed to learn that shit at home and be reinforced with school. That's it. What is y'all
Mm-hmm.
talking about? My son go to school and show out. He only 4.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? He teaching the other kids how to stop, drop, and roll. He's showing them martial art moves. If a person bigger than you take out their Achilles tendon, the teacher looking like, damn, who your daddy?
How
Like,
about
no,
for Yoshi?
My
we
daughter be like,
taking out,
"Oh, Dad,
we
that's a
taking
good
out. I'm showing him pressure points behind the knee. He need to know if somebody grab him, you fall down, you go straight to your knees, and you bite that Achilles tendon. That's the only, he didn't bite the teacher, but he was telling the kids, bite right here. He chopped the teacher, she fell, but there's a pressure point right there. Even the kid can hit it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what I'm teaching my kid. I'm teaching my kid how to thrive, not just survive. My kid gonna be able to thrive in any environment. He don't have to be raised in the hood to learn hood lessons because
But
daddy will.
listen to everything you just said. That's a good father. That's a great father. A man is in his child's life, right? And what's crazy is, right? I bet you get a lot of the compliments that my daughter's father get, because at the end of the day, it's rare. It's rare. A lot of these females is not used to that. A man
Yeah,
that is, paying attention to his woman, going to work, or however you make your money, not my business. But you see my point, and it's always there. Like, how do you do that? How are you able to work? How can you, attend your kids and still attend your girl? It's not that hard because it's teamwork. It's 100. What I can't do, he does, and what he can't do, I do. Shit.
but my wife,
Mm-hmm.
she was just talking to one of her friends, and she got off the phone. She was like, "I am so happy I married you." She said because these dudes out here crazy. I'm like, what? She was talking like it is. I'm not gonna tell her friend business, but it's like when you appreciate someone. My opinion is you show. No, ain't no opinion. Look, when you appreciate someone, appreciate them. Show them, make them feel it, make them hear it. Let everybody else see it. Do that, and if it's the right person that compliments you, they go do it back, and y'all just gonna be a happy couple, man. That's just find the piece that compliment what works for you, and work the shit out of it. You know, that's what me and my wife do. You know, anything that we face, we go conquer it. You know, I'm the spearhead, she the staff. You know, we know our roles, we know our positions, and how to get shit done.
Commander said
You
the teacher fell.
know.
And and FYI, everybody, this concept can work in other relationships besides the relationship they're talking about. Whether it's a friendship, a partnership, it all can work in the same aspect. You just got to apply it and see if it works for you.
That's a fact.
I don't get in a relationship unless we compliment each other. I learned my lesson. There's no purpose. You know, it's look, I'm telling y'all, Commander, what we say. We don't play no participation trophy. If you don't add up, build yourself up. Because other than that, I ain't dealing with you no more. That's Coach
Mhm.
D and that's word. I'm straight because this weird ass people out here, man.
That's how
I'm
it's supposed to be, though. For real, for
yeah,
real.
man. Just know what position you in and play the shit out of it. You know, if
No,
I'm the spearhead, I'm gonna be a hell of a spearhead. If I'm the staff, then I'm gonna be a hell of a staff. Both parts are intricate to the weapon. So it no matter which part you is, just be the best part you can be. Like Gary said, that works in life in general, no matter what aspect of a relationship. Know
that's a
what
fact.
you like me and Gary. I know what I do good. I know what Gary do good. I don't try to do what Gary do. He don't try to do what I do. You know, we both play our roles. That's why we function highly working with one another. You know, just do that. People don't be wanting to do that. People be they be they don't even be the spear. They be they be the sheaf and want to be the damn spearhead. Like, bro, you just the case that we put in. You know, the characters. Just be the case, bro. Be a good case. Just be a good case. God damn, bro.
No, but it's true though. Cause listen, but you know what's crazy though? It's a lot of us take the time to see who we're gonna sit here and whether it's a friendship, or a partnership, even business partnerships. You see where I'm coming from? We take the time and observe. Some people jump into it, whether whatever it is. Oh, you my friend, and I don't know you. Let me observe you. You know how long I was with before you know how long I've known my baby pops before I say yes. I accept to be your fiance, and I've been his fiance since 2022. So it's kind of mm, like I took the time to get to know this man. He was my best friend before I accepted, before I say yes. I want to be, more than just friends. That's what I'm saying. Like people be jumping into that. Like I've known this man already for a total of 14 years. My son's gonna be
Mm,
16 next year.
man. Young Riaz, good morning.
So it's kind of
Yo,
like I feel as though some of us need to take our time. We be jumping into certain things, like, but maybe I'm wrong, and I've only been into relationships. Maybe I can't say that, but
No,
at the end of
you're
the day,
right.
I've
Yeah,
been on my
you
own.
absolutely
I've been I've been
I
in a
just
relationship, and I haven't been married, but I am somebody's fiance, so it means I'm doing something right.
I just did a
right.
lot the other day explaining. You summed it up like people rushing, but I explained all that. Like people don't even know they self. First of all, to even know or to let somebody else get to know them, you don't even know
Mm,
yourself. And then, I mean, people don't know nothing about the other person. You know, they just
mm,
rush into it. We boyfriend girlfriend. I don't even know if you worthy to be my boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever it is. And then three, like the culture itself. What's this person believe in? People get together and then when they have a kid, they start arguing about how to raise the kid. Y'all should have talked about that before y'all even had sex because there's a
mm,
possibility a kid to come. But now y'all arguing and the relationship fell apart because you're a Muslim and this person is a Buddhist. Like
Hey,
y'all didn't think about that before y'all got it on.
some
Y'all
people
got
don't.
nope.
Go ahead, word.
Nope.
Don't stop.
They, they don't see the red flags. They think that red flag is a love flag. That ain't what that is. That means stop. They
No, they
keep
see red
going.
flags and they think they at Six Flags. They think they in an adventure at Six Flags.
Yeah, that's the adventure they signed up for then, just so they shouldn't even be complaining.
That's why I'm
That's
like,
the
man.
thing.
You know how many people, females, have tried to give me advice? They be like, "You have beef with females?" I'm like, "No, I just stay away from certain females because of their behavior. Because I'm not like that. Why would I hang around them?" Like, you know how many
But
females have tried to give me advice to tell me I don't be with this one, be with that one. I'm like, you see what you're trying to hook me up? This is before I got in a relationship. Like, I'm sitting here like, is you serious? Like, that's not even my type. I have a type. I know what I want.
Let me tell you this about advice. I learned from a young age. I take all advice. You know why? Because some of it be bad, and then I know what not to do.
See,
So
that's true.
that's
That's
why
true.
that's
But
why I be listening. I'm
one
telling
thing
you.
I've learned, one thing I've learned is right. As a female, don't listen to your females that have not been able to keep a steady relationship. One,
Hmm.
two, that go from men to men and just want to play around. Three, they have not been married. How is you giving me advice if I haven't even fucked up yet, and neither has he? You see my point?
I'm gonna tell you something slick too. I'm gonna be a little petty with this, but this is so I listen to all advice. Now, is a difference between listening and taking it because I tell you why I listen to it, but the advice that I take comes from success. You know, so like me personally, like I say, I can't talk about dating because I'm not dating, random people. But I can talk to you about relationships because I've always been highly successful in relationship up until somebody start tripping. But even the relationship I'm in now, like meeting my wife, all the things that failed before, I understand why they failed and why it worked now. It takes two. It can't just be me doing all the right things. The other person got to be doing the right things too. So it definitely takes two. But you able to identify that a lot easier when you have understanding. And the biggest thing I got from relationships advice was whatever she is today, she gonna be different tomorrow. So you have to be willing to accept that. And when I was told that, I understood we all mature, and through time, different things have different meanings to it. So don't get fixated on how a person is. Just understand each people, everyone has potential,
That's true.
so they either go up or down.
Hmm.
So you got to be willing. Is that person, or if they go down, are you able to hold them up until they can get back up again?
That's a fact.
Because my wife, she changed when her parents died. Both her parents died in less than 3 years, so she changed. She's not the same person that she was when her parents was alive.
Hmm.
And she had hard times through that. So, yeah, when she was down, I was there to lift her up. And guess what? I lost my sight around that time. So when I'm down, guess what? Even when she down, she like, okay, look, I got to be strong just enough so he can get back up. Once he up, he'll hold me up. And that's what we've been doing,
That's supposed to be. That's how
you
me and
know.
my baby pops are.
But it,
At the
it
end of the
takes two. And so when I tell people you can't go into no relationship giving somebody 50%, it does not work.
day, not
I
at all.
know this because I'm experienced in it, and it don't work. Not if you dating somebody, I ain't got nothing to say about that. But when you talking about a relationship, I'm telling you that don't work. You got to either give it all or nothing. If the person ain't worthy for you to give all of you to, then that the person ain't worthy. What you with them for?
Hmm.
Let's
Hmm.
use let's use common sense now. If a person ain't worthy of you giving y'all, well, I've been hurt before. I've been stop picking the wrong people. Stop
Exactly.
settling. That's what it sums up to. But people don't want to hear that. They want it to be the other person's fault. This person did this to me. They did this to me. You did it to yourself by dealing with the wrong people. The sooner you accept that, the sooner you'll start dealing with the right people. That's
Well,
just reality.
how much you think of that is preference?
Hmm.
I say this: what is your preference? People don't even get a clarity because what the things you prefer now, did you prefer that 10 years ago?
Are you talking to me or other?
Probably,
Anybody?
Me? Yeah.
probably
The same
no.
things you prefer now that you preferred the same thing 10 years ago.
Oh,
My
I'm lying. I did.
preference
I did.
preference
I
hasn't
did.
really changed on nothing.
When I was young, I wasn't thinking about a woman having some type of job. No, I just wanted you to have a thick butt and breasts. That was
I
my
wasn't
preference.
thinking like that. See,
You know
no,
that was my preference. What I'm saying is, uh,
Wow.
as you mature, that your preferences, the things you like, mature.
yeah. But no,
You,
see, but even when I was little, I used to always say, I'm not gonna get with the type of men these type of boys I see around here. None of that. Like, I've always had a type. Like, I know what I wanted in a guy. That's why I told you I was like, I've never understood why a lot of men get mad or pissed off when you curve them. Like, listen, I don't like the way you talking. It's not even as much how you dressing or how you look. It's not even about how you look. It's your attitude, the way you coming about yourself. It stinks.
so,
So
Commander,
it's
what
kind
up
of
now?
now as I got
What
older,
up,
what's
Nah?
crazy is that both the men that I ended up with was the type that I wanted. I had the little nerdy bad boy. You see where I'm coming from? They worked. They did their own thing. They respected me. That's what I ended up with, the type of person that I wanted to be with. One passed away, one is alive right now. That's the only difference.
So, when you say preference, what describe your preferences? Everybody, I want to hear everyone's preference.
When you say as a preference, what you mean as in a preference? As a type? Like, what I want in a person or
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let Gary define preference.
A preference is something that you desire to have in the individual that you're trying to seek.
Mhm. There you go. Somebody, yeah. I
And
want
that's
somebody
the
next to me that doesn't give up. You see, one, I'm not into the jealousy. Never have been, never will be. Like I tell people, my mind, the first things in my head is not sexual. So, like with both my baby pops, I noticed they both had patience. The sex wasn't the first thing in their minds. They both waited for me. You see where I'm coming from? Like they both taught me something that I didn't see in other men. Too, I didn't think I could ever find a man like that. Cause my whole life, I listen. If my past wouldn't have happened, y'all know what it is. I'm a survivor. You see where I'm coming from? If that wouldn't have been taken from me, I would have stood a virgin my whole life until I found the right one. People don't understand that.
Mm.
so
I
from
still think the same way. I haven't changed. My way of thinking has not changed. Yes, I still live in fairy tale world sometimes. People tell me, but I can't change that.
and let me delineate using Gary's definition of preference, right? And that's the
Wait,
definition.
what?
No, no, I'm saying let me delineate my question.
Damn.
Now that we
Sorry,
had
Gary.
now that we have clarity of what preference mean because of Gary, allow me to delineate my question.
Go ahead.
Are your preferences the same from the ages of 20 to 30 till now?
Yeah, I just told you that.
Well, no,
I
I'm
haven't really
asking.
been out there. That's the crazy part. I chose not to really be out there. I don't want to. I don't want to live the life that my friends have lived. I don't want to go through what they went through. I felt their pain. You know that I was their shoulders to lean on. I don't want to go through that. So I took my time. I chose to take my time. I chose to. I'm good. I really did. I've always been the same way. Everybody that knows me be like, damn, Ray has never changed, and I'm not. I don't plan on to. If I do change, it's because I lost my memory. I caught amnesia or some shit, and I don't remember my past. Remember them words.
Is your preference still the same from those ages, Gary?
Yes.
What about you, Commander?
Oh, sorry. I was yeah.
She was thinking about donkey
I'm
punching.
being honest. I'm being honest. I had to experience what I didn't want to understand what I did want.
Oh
Because
snap!
when I was younger, I wanted a ride or die chick. I wanted a thick chick, and I just wanted her to be pretty. I wasn't thinking about 10, 15 years from now with this shit. I wasn't even thinking about being with a girl that long. That was even my intent for women was
Oh
different
shit! Words like
than
that.
what.
Wait a
Like,
minute.
so this is what I'm
Describe what you
saying.
did that again.
I'm showing you why my preference evolved over time with my maturity. I'm showing you why because my intent
Okay.
for women at first was just to screw them. I didn't care about having no family. No, I just wanted to hit. And I was
Right.
hanging out with the boys running around the street. So I wasn't I want this wife. No, so my preferences was like, okay, I just want her to be cool as hell. She know what I'm doing. If I need your help or if I need you to ride or slide, you there with me. Um,
Mm.
and I just want you to be a thickum. And I was happy. But as I matured, I'm like, nah, man, I need somebody who can stimulate my mind. I need someone who I can laugh with. I need someone who I can be me around. My preferences change, what I look for in a
Mhm.
woman,
Where's
because
some?
But
my intent with the
but let,
woman changed.
but let me ask you this question. You don't think your wife fits that? Like, I don't want to be inappropriate, right? But do you think that your wife fits that description that you even had before? Because to me, she sounds like she does, and I'm
No,
speaking as no. What
she,
I'm saying is, as far as the ride or die,
nope.
and and,
My
and hold you down.
But see, that's not what a that's not what a ride or die is. A ride or die got that mentality, like that street mentality. Like we go, we Bonnie and Clyde. My wife ain't settling for me doing no bullshit. She like, oh, you doing? Nah, we ain't doing that. She ain't settling for that. My wife told me, if you around that street shit, don't deal with me. So
Okay.
now she ain't no ride or die chick. You know, she wanted to
Mm.
who go be there with you forever and ever, no matter what. But as long as you ain't putting her in a bad position, you can lead her. But my wife ain't settling. If you ain't doing what you supposed to do, she ain't settling for that.
But
You
what
know.
if
I
that?
understand that.
What if
I
she?
understand that.
What if she sees it the way I seen it? Because my baby pops used to be in the streets, and I told him the same thing. People were like, "Oh, you sat him down." No, his daughter sat him down. In reality, that's how I see it. But my thing is, I used to tell him the same thing. You want to get with me, you're gonna have to stop all this shit and get out there and do some real shit. You see where I'm coming from? So I gave
Mhm.
him the same type of ultimatum because I didn't want to be around that. I had two
Yeah.
kids already, so
And as
it's
long as you do your part, they're gonna ride with you. That's what
and I
I'm
still
saying.
ride
As
with him.
long as
Yeah,
you doing what,
I,
and that's why I'm saying I'm not even talking about the street mentality of ride or die, because in the physical aspect, I promise you, 9 out of 10 women that was with you when that situation occurred would have left you.
And see, even that concept, you either go ride or you go die. My wife like, we ain't dying, and where we riding to? Like, that's not. She ain't riding anywhere. She just ain't going anywhere. That's what I'm saying.
Mm,
Like,
okay.
as long as you doing what benefits the family, yeah, she right there with you. She gonna go through
she's still a ride
anything.
or die,
But
just in a different way.
I don't, man, I had look. I've been with chicks who claim ride or die. I'm scarred. I'm straight.
You
I'm good
know what?
because they
Parents
really
will.
mean that. They will put you in positions where you about to die. I'm straight. I don't want no chick thinking of dying. No. Let's think about living. You see the mindset? That's why I don't even like that concept no more. How about we ride and live, not die? Let's ride and live. That's inevitable. We go die one day. We all know that. But while we here, while we together, let's not think about death. Let's think about life. That's the type of mentality I want. Because that
Okay.
ride or die, like when you have that concept, these words create expectation, right? And you know what expectation, a belief something will happen. So when you start believing things will happen, that's how you function. You start proceeding to that direction. So when I was this is what I'm telling you, like in the street, when I'm thinking of ride or die chick, they was ride or die, but they open their legs to other people because they was riding.
I
Okay, I
see.
see
There
his
you go.
concept. He
There,
funny as hell.
there he go. He trying to come back, petty and ever. Okay,
Yo,
okay.
word. I'm dead right now.
See, I think
No, but
the
see,
ride or
for
die is
real,
like in good or bad. Like they're
yeah,
gonna ride with you whether it
because
be good or bad.
on some real shit, like, listen, like, I saw in my baby pop something that a lot of females didn't see. And I asked him the question. I was like, yo, you got so much potential. You got a college degree, right? You're so smart. You're not just street smarts, but you're book smarts. I was like, with all this stuff that we talked about, right? We talk about, and I hear you saying this, and that. I was like, why haven't none of these females you've been with motivated you to sit here and do what you're good at? Because I'm like, same money that you're making in the streets, you can make it out here doing this, and that, especially how good you is. So I was like, yo, I see the potential in you. Like, start doing what you gotta do for real, for real. What's the point of being out here losing your life when you could be out here? But what's crazy though, when you make it to the top, you still get the hate. But I'm still here with you though. Shit.
You get it
You
even
more
worse on the right thing. You get it 10 times worse. My
Yeah.
life was easy when I was hustling. I just had to try to stay alive, stay out of jail.
Same
Now,
thing on this
you know,
situation over here. The people that want you to go back, and the people that rocked out with you, like, damn, he's getting it like this. Like, how did he do it? No, he's got the brains for that shit. Y'all still want to be out here doing this shit when you could do bigger. Like, nah,
Mm,
man. I said the same shit to him. I was like, let's do this. Like, fuck that. Like, I don't know what was in their heads, but it's like that's why I said word says the same thing. These females that y'all, back in days, guys that was in the streets, hanging out, doing all this stuff. The females that they was into was just to, hit and go. So that's what they was good for. Like, that's why I'm listening to him. I was like, yo, were you another street nigga too back then? Damn.
mm.
Same kind of story. That's why I'm like, yeah, my baby pop's vision from how his perspective, of things from back then to now is different. He would have never thought that somebody could sit him down.
Yeah, word.
But mine's, I always tell people, listen, everybody that's ever tried to talk to me, I'm wifey material. I know my worth ever since I was
Stop
young.
laughing, Commander.
Because like you gotta know it. Where's like your perspective ain't changed. I was like, word. I was with my first baby pop when I was 15. You forgot. Got pregnant at 16. Had my firstborn at 17. Had his second child when I was 20. You see where I'm coming from? Like, word. I didn't get the chance for my perspective to change yet, and
Mm.
I haven't been cheated on that I know of. So I'm grateful for that and
That I
blessed
know.
I don't
because
know,
it's
bro.
true.
I'm telling you, I experienced some shit in life, and I went through a metamorphosis like a butterfly, bro. Because I wasn't half of what I was when I was young.
I
I
can't.
was smart and intelligent. I was witty as fuck, but it was like I was one of them. I thought I knew everything, so I did what I wanted to do and always got away with it. Always got away with it.
So did I.
So
Listen,
you
I
couldn't
thought
tell me
I
nothing.
was perfect until reality hit me. I got smacked in the face
Mm.
with reality. You can't be perfect. Everybody make mistakes. I was like, really? When I learned that? When I had my first kid. I
Mm.
was out here listen, I was making money, doing everything I wanted. Like I didn't go to clubs, I didn't do none of that stuff. But when I went through my depression, I always had somebody. I want some Alizé, I want some bud. You see where I'm coming from? And I got what I wanted, and I just chilled and fell back in my own crib. I had my first
Mm.
apartment at 16. People don't realize that I was emancipated at 16.
Man, I had grown women taking me out of town when I was 16.
Oh, I was working at 16. You got me. I was making my own money, paying my first bills, my first rent. I was out my mama's house. I was doing me.
Yeah, I was doing grown people stuff at 16.
I was
I hear
supposed to
you.
grow up ahead of time, anyways. If you realize, like I tell people, listen, I'm a survivor. I'm a surviving warrior. You see where I'm coming from? My past is dark, and if I would have let my past take over, y'all wouldn't be talking to me right now. I would be a
Mm.
psychopath, a killer. I would be one of those if I would have let my dark side take in.
Take it easy.
I be telling people like, yo, don't just listen, man.
Oh, Commander, I'm clipping that 146. Okay.
Here you go. Here you
I used
go.
to lash out when I was younger, like real shit. My baby pops really set me down. Like when you hear the definition of hated men, I wouldn't listen, man. I used to fucking talk shit to men a lot. When I met my baby pops, I was like, he's so different. Like, and he really fought to get my attention.
Hold on, before I lose the point I was trying to make, did y'all ever re-answer my? So y'all saying y'all preferences never
Yeah,
change? What
no,
is y'all preferences?
I
Because
just always.
Well,
I know a lot of I
I got
know.
married young, so like my my preferences was somebody that was like I've already said it, like not stingy. I wanted somebody that was
Mhm.
like very giving, forgiving also, strong, funny. What else? I don't
It's,
know. Somebody
it,
that does have patience and is forgiving
I'm
and
gonna
is
tell
willing
you.
to give.
I'm gonna tell you this: if you ask a person to name five preferences, and three of them are internal and not external, them people are anomalies. Because most people always talk about height. They talk about how
But
much
I'm an
money they
anomaly
make.
then.
They talk about how much money they make, how
I don't care
tall
about
they
that.
are.
I don't care
Uh,
about that. Oh,
But
yes, I
you,
do. Yes, I
but
do.
uh, but you
Yes, I
see what
do.
I'm saying? We see that, when we talk, when people talk, that's what you hear.
Yeah, because I
You
do have
don't
a
want a
type.
bus driver. They want a man like this. They want a woman. Men don't like big women. They look out of shape. All the preferences are most of the preferences are physical. So
Oh, I see what
when
he's talking about.
that's the point I was trying to make when
Okay,
Gary
okay.
said, "Do preferences matter?" Yes, if they physical because they go change. But if it's internal, then like you said, if that's how y'all always felt like
Yeah,
the things that you prefer are that the characteristics of a person or the
that's true.
behavior of a person, then you straight.
Now you
Then the
want to talk about
preference.
physical shit. Physical, my man got to be tall. He's got to have a deep voice. I can't be with a man that sounds like my son. For real, for real. I mean, that's it. Point blank. That's the only physical part with me. He's got to be tall. I'm 4'11". I cannot be with a man my size. I can't.
I feel
I don't
bad for
care about
men.
size.
I feel bad for men under 5'6".
I mean, look, my first baby pops was 5'7".
I feel
And
bad.
how was he? Was he good?
That's not. Let's.
Well,
I mean, we got kids, right? Wait a
Mm.
minute.
There you go. Point.
Wait a minute. I was like, wait. How do I answer this question? This commander, she's not a stranger. I mean, she is, but never mind. Let's shut that one down.
I feel like the looks they don't matter because when you fall in love with the person,
Yeah,
then
the
all of
looks
a
don't
sudden
matter
their
to me.
looks are attractive.
Looks don't matter
Man, look,
You just got to give it time.
because
I'm
I
gonna be
think
honest with you.
beauty comes from the inside, whether you're a man or a
No,
woman.
I don't. No, look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
here he
Every
come.
ugly,
Here he
every
come.
every ugly girl I dated cheated on me. I refuse to date ugly women. I'm happy I met my wife.
What?
Yeah, every ugly girl. They thought, oh, since they got me, they can do better. I'm like, y'all, you ugly, right? Like
Oh no,
you
no,
got a
no.
good
See, that's different.
personality.
Nope, that's different.
I'm
No,
just being
no,
real, man. I
Or
refuse to
no, no,
date.
no. But
Betty.
that's it's not because they can do better. It's just that you was too damn nice in
No,
their
that's what
eyes.
they said. No, all three of them said the same thing.
He said
Well, I
all three
got
of
you.
them.
That
He
means I can
remembered
get
them
somebody
too.
else. Oh yeah,
No.
that because I'm looking like one girl. I'm looking like really like. Look, I ain't gonna lie. She had a nice body, but she was ugly. And at first, it took me a while to get used to it. But I was like, okay, you cool people. We have fun. You got a nice body. We having fun. And then you go cheat on me, like
Word.
I've been
me.
in the friend zone too much, so I don't. I'm not even gonna speak on it. I've been in the friends. I've been in the friend zone forever, so I don't. It don't matter.
Gary said, I just want friends. Some of y'all can have the benefits, but
No,
not
no,
all.
no, 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 no. No, that's where they. No, no, no. That's where they put
It
me.
was a joke. It was a joke.
Oh,
It was a joke. It was a
That's
joke.
where they. No, no, no. What I'm saying is that's where
Big
they put me, and
pimping.
then when you go into the relationship, they act like yo, but you don't. We're not
hmm
the same. We've never been the same because you put me in the zone that you wanted me in. Because
Mm,
in real life, I always play the. I have a lot of female friends, right? Because whatever role they put me in, I played it. So when I move
play
on, it's like okay,
That's the
because
problem.
what's that?
You
a
put
plan.
yourself
What,
in that role. I don't think they
okay,
put you. I think
Oh,
you put yourself in that role. Don't you think?
okay,
Like you went by
fine.
what they were doing.
women
I
Maybe you
guess.
had.
because I say that women are funny. Like is certain women, if you don't show like some type of aggressiveness to them, then they automatically feel like you ain't feeling them,
You didn't
and
want them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they have friends on it. I had one girl do that to me. She was like, "Well, I didn't really think you wanted me. You didn't act like it, so I put you in the friend zone." I'm like, "Oh, that's what that was."
Now, if
Yeah,
you're
it was
being
like okay,
forward and they still just want to be
uh,
friends, then that's different.
right. So, if, for example, if somebody says, you know what, I want a guy that's gonna, I'm going a guy that's gonna be there for me. I want him to, assist me with this, and that. And if he does that, and then you find the stupidest thing to not be with them, that's not on that person. That's on the female. The female don't know what she wants, and that's how a lot of the time you become get in the friend zone. So they find something that they wanted the 6'10" person and all of that other stuff, and it's like, okay, so how did that work out for you? I miss you. What do you miss me for? I'm not 6'10". That's your preference. You
I'm
said you didn't want the guy. So that's just how some people pick. So And in the meantime, I'm just being me. That's why I don't change. I improve. I improve on what my weakest link is, whatever they say it is. But there's nothing for me to work on if I'm at my best, but the weakest part. So that's the difference between me and everybody else.
Yeah, but
We're all quiet.
my
Oh, I
purpose.
was listening. I
No,
mean, Gary had me like, oh, snap. He read about his. He's dating. You know the type of girls he's dating. I had a friend like that. She had lots of friends. She didn't know which one she wanted, so she just, kept them as friends with benefits.
but
But they didn't
Hmm.
know. She didn't couldn't determine or read their minds. So I
yeah,
had a friend like that.
but y'all missing the whole point. Gary still never gave us his preferences.
Oh, I think he did
I
earlier.
was
Mm-mm.
My preference is as simple. My preference is a woman has to be intelligent to stimulate my mind. She has to be humble enough to accept the things that comes her way, whether they good or bad. That's it. I don't care about what she look like. I don't care about none of that other stuff. Because if she's intelligent enough, everything else is going to follow with her. The humbleness is going to allow her to sit in whatever position she feels she's ready to sit in. That's my only two preferences. I don't care if she's 5'9" or 4'9". I don't care about none of that stuff. I just want her to for her to be intelligent enough to help me stimulate my mind. Because sometimes when you going overboard by overthinking about a thing, she could calm you down. Like, let's look at it from this perspective. And then the humbleness is going to allow her to speak with a voice like Commander's. Commander voice is very soothing. So even if she's talking to me with the intelligence, it's not to disrespect me. It's just to say, listen, let's look at it from this point and let's calm down and be rational about it. Those are the only two things that I want. I want from a woman. I don't want that. She ain't got to be a millionaire. She could be. I mean, she ain't got to be broke, but she ain't got to have more than it. Doesn't none of that other stuff matters to me. It's
Basically,
about your intelligence to stimulate me and the humility to play the role, whatever role is necessary. That's it.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and my human experience like cheeks, so I gotta have a thick wife.
I'm okay.
You
I
are
I
swear
ain't
to
playing
God.
sick.
with it, man. I ain't playing with it, bro.
Oh, me word.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, I need them cheeks, man.
She gotta have curves.
Yeah, she
Oh,
gotta
man.
have. Yeah,
That's
Gary
not a
just said
preference.
it. Gary said, I just
It-
want a simple woman, a woman that'll motivate me. She's got to be smart. I could,
yeah,
she could think.
but what if she pop up like say if y'all what if she had this what if she look like the crypt keeper and pop up in the
Oh,
middle of
my
the night? Can you
God.
deal with that? But he hell from the crib,
she ain't
Gary.
got no she ain't got no teeth, so that'd be more sexual adventure.
Oh, my
Lord have
God.
mercy. Lord have mercy.
Peanut butter patty time. Peanut butter patty time.
I just
Look,
put.
yeah, look, y'all the one that said well, y'all the one that said y'all wouldn't take the porno star. If she can stimulate my mind, I don't care what she do. I don't care about none of that stuff. I
Nah,
don't.
Gary. If she's smart and intelligent, she's gonna have a set of teeth. Don't worry.
I'm no, I'm
Oh,
just saying. I'm saying, but my point is about the preference, right? Like me and coach over there, we had that like you would date a porn? Yes, I would.
Shit, I
I mean,
would.
some
Yes,
men
I
are like
would.
that. They're not nothing wrong with
Ho ho, use a hoe. Nope,
that. Dead. I
no,
mean,
Clip that.
no.
they say that you could
That,
turn a hoe into a housewife.
no,
I
I'm
mean, I've
straight.
never seen it happen, but they
Let a
say
hoe
you
be a
can.
hoe. Don't disturb a hoe being a hoe. Let the hoe be a hoe. You know, don't disturb hoes. The hoes got a place in this world too. They just away from me. I can't deal with that. Everything has a place. The hoes got a place. Let the hoes be hoes, people. Stop trying to
She's
turn
gotta
hoes
be.
into housewives. No hoes for
I,
everyone. Um, nope, let the hoe be a hoe. You know, that's
I
the
mean, they say you
problem.
mhm.
can turn a gigolo into a husband too. Shit. I mean,
Well, that's your problem. And then
I mean,
y'all
not
get
mine.
mad
I ain't looking for him.
when they screwing around with the teachers and the milkmans and the pool boys. Then y'all
Yo,
wonder, well, why
he
is
said the
it? No,
milkman though in this
hoes
joint.
a hoe.
Where the
You know what?
milkman come from?
I wanted that conversation about mentality. I wanted. I'm. This is gonna be petty. Um,
Oh shit.
But this is the thing, you know. Um, like I'm gonna use myself for an example, right? And I want y'all to understand like what I was saying earlier. Because when I was younger, I had a certain mentality because of the environment and experience that happened, right? So I was addicted to that lifestyle. So even when I got out the environment, and think of an addict, right? You know, when an addict get clean, you know why an addict go back? Because of the mentality, you know. So even when I got out of that lifestyle, I still thought that way. So when you change who you are, you got to change how you think too. When you're trying to change and evolve who you are, you have to
Mm.
change the way you think. This is why I did that show on how to change your nature, because nature is the closest thing to mentality, right? The nature of a person, the mentality of a person, the way a person processes and perceives with events in life. That's the mentality. And all that is based on your prior experience. That's how you
I
develop the mentality. So, like addicts, the reason they fall back into addiction is because they still thinking like an addict, even though they clean. You know, the way they look at everything is all addict like. Until
I
you
thought,
change the way you think, you still gonna have those tendencies and that mentality.
I
So
thought it was people, places, and things with an addict. For real, for real.
that's the
It
So what
could
he's
thing.
be that.
saying,
Too.
But it's with an addict when you say the people, places, and things. How do they perceive the people, places, and things? You see,
Mm.
what is how is the perception of how they look at that? That's why it triggers them. Certain things trigger them because how they feel or think about it. So it's the mentality, and like these places, they, look, man, these places don't get paid to heal and to fix people. Nah, they want you to come back. It's a revolving door. They're getting paid. So no, they telling you to stop going in these places, stop going around these people, instead of telling you what's gonna really fix the problem. You have to change the way you think. Look, we got you cleaned up, but now we have to change the way you look at stress. We have to when depression. We have to change the way you look at that, because when you get in those things, what you gonna do is fall back to what's comfortable, and that's usually what caused the addiction, the vice of the addiction. So
Mm-hmm.
they get around the people doing, if you're not thinking about drugs, or if you thinking like, okay, if I do this drug, it's gonna set me back. I'm on progressing, I'm a different person, I'm trying to be better. I'm changing the way I think. So I'm not even gonna put myself around things that make me would make trigger me. That's first. So you ain't even gonna be around the shit, first of all. Once
Right.
you change the way you think. But if you still, if those are your triggers and you still get that mentality, oh, I go to work. I had a long day at work. I'm gonna just go to the bar and chill. Well, why would you go to the bar and chill when you know you, because that's what you're
You,
comfortable.
yeah, you're gonna become a functioning addict when at that point.
You go let the stress make you impulsive versus your thought process, your mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So you go more of a mind state than a mental state.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Coach D, do what you do then, homie.
That just leads me to a question: are we living our life, or are we just existing?
Most people just exist. Most people,
Yeah.
you know, like think about this. Most people talk about surviving. How many people think 10 years from now? What the how when you do things on a daily basis, how far ahead are you thinking of how what you did today affects you?
You know what's crazy? I
Yeah.
think about the past, the present, and the future. I've always been like that. I've had people tell me at times, "Stop thinking so far ahead. Think about now." I'm like, but I think about all three, and I don't know why. I've been like that since a kid.
It's the intent.
Mm,
There's nothing wrong with thinking about the future as long as you ain't stressing about it. Most
No,
people think about the future and it gives them anxiety. That's why they tell you don't think too far ahead.
I,
Most
there
people who
you
think
go.
about the past get depressed. That's why they say don't look behind you. But it's the intent. If I'm looking in the past to learn, or if I'm
Mhm.
looking in the future to plan, then I have a why. I have intent to do so. But it's when you do things without intent that all these other things start happening, like getting
Facts.
anxiety, being depressed. You know.
There
But
go the word. Why?
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 oh no, he called you the word.
The what? So what?
He said,
Nope.
I ain't gonna stop calling him
He
word. He
back.
said it earlier. I'm dead.
He back.
On that note,
He
I'm
back.
gonna let me switch over
Yeah.
to this. Gary and blew my high calling me the word.
Nope. Don't do that. 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 Mm-mm. I told you, I'm gonna get you. You back. Welcome back.
No, but that's some real shit that he said. Like I look at the past to see where I've made my mistakes, and then into the future. Well, I look at the past and I look at the present, at what I'm doing now. Like, all right, I made this in the past. This is not working. What can I do to, what can I change right now and the present to make something work in the future? I don't stay stuck in the past. I don't go too far into the future. If anything, the present is what gives me anxiety. The way people are.
I think that has to
But
do
that
with control. Like you want control of your life.
Of my life, I
you
have
think
it.
so?
I don't think
That's why.
I can control my life. What I want
But
to do
that's
is
why
be
I
able to
normally tell
accomplish.
people.
I want to be able
I'm
Go
to.
not
ahead.
saying it's a bad thing.
But that's why a lot of the time I tell people if you look at your life as a vehicle, right? You look at the rear view mirror. It's very small. You're only supposed to glance to make sure you can go into the next lane of life that you're going into. Your windshield is the biggest part because you have to look forward and go ahead and go forward in life. That's why I make that analogy. You glance in your past to go towards your future. You got to look out that big window, and the side view is just that, just a little side note. That way you got that's your peripheral, so you can see everything as it comes. So if you look at it that way, you can understand the concept of looking back and forward.
And then, Commander, what you said too about control, I think that's dope because the only way you can determine which way the vehicle go if you control it. So,
Hmm.
if you're not in control, then you're not um you can't determine where the destination is. And I think that's what a lot of people go through. They're not in control of their life. They're not even in control of their stuff. They're not in control of their emotions. They're not in control of their thoughts. Most of the people think what they've been indoctrinated or influenced to think.
Facts. But no, I got
So,
control. With me, it'd be like I said, like the present. You know how we get obstacles, you have to overcome them obstacles. And with me, plenty have been thrown my way. That's why I said sometimes I have to take a look back in the past to see, okay, this is where I went wrong. Now in the future, now in the present, I have to sit here and figure out another way to accomplish this to make it happen. And I don't even be
right.
thinking about the obstacles. That'd be the crazy part. Like they just happen. I'll be sitting here like, shh. Like when I just got into this accident, everybody, like a lot of people, like, damn man, you just had this plan and plan. I'm like, I know, but this wasn't planned.
And then I'm gonna be a little bit petty too, since we on YouTube. Um, like most people, there's people who think it's okay to come on this app and do drama because they see people getting paid or they get paid for it. So people think it's okay because they see other people do bad things that they could do it and be compensated. Like they think that's okay. I can come on here and stir up all this BS and I can do this. Like that's all coming back to you. You just don't know it yet. And when
Mhm.
it come back, they start whining about it. Like, no, this is what it is. This is
Mm.
what it is. Now you got somebody, a bigger wolf, hunting you down, and now you feel like, why is people like this? Why do people do this? Like, what do you like? People weird, man.
It'd be like that everywhere, yo. But see, I tell people karma comes back. Like people that want to fake it to make it, that ain't gonna last you because you cheated to get up that ladder, and at the end of the day, you keep forgetting what goes up must come down. It's how fast and how hard you fall that you
It's,
got to sit
it's,
here and learn how to handle. Because coming
it's
back
what
up,
you.
it's not gonna be as easy as it was the first time. Once people find out who you are.
I say it's about how you go up.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you coming down, if you go up the right way, people will be willing to, soften your landing or even prevent your fall. But when you going up the wrong way, people go enjoy your fall. They go
Yeah,
watch it,
that's why
and
I tell
then
people, man,
they'll
karma's
laugh.
You know, watch. I'm gonna make a poem. Karma.
That's why I try not to bother nobody. And just do my own little thing in my own little corner.
Well, I like the fake it till you make it concept.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
That's gotten people killed. Like, wait, I thought it was like this. Nah, wait, you lied. Boo, boo, boo. I'm like, damn, you
I mean,
created
it depends,
fans.
I guess, on what kind of scenario we're talking about,
I was about to say this. I think people use that term, but if you see the people who's successful at doing it, I don't think they fake it till they make it. I think if you look at those people, they built themselves up to that position. They just played the part until they got it. But while
Exactly.
they
You
was
play the
doing
part,
it,
and
but they learned,
as
because
you're
I
playing the
did that.
part, you're gonna learn. Yeah, exactly.
Like I did that. Like when I got into real estate, I got the nice suits, got the briefcase. I wasn't making money yet, but it looked like I make money. But I was learning how to make money while I was doing. I was learning all the right things. So people would look like, oh, he's faking it until he make it. Like it's not. I'm building myself up to the part.
Yeah, that's a
That's
little
what I'm
different.
talking about.
You
That's
know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I'm
That's
talking
what.
about.
Yeah. So
that's
it's
business
not.
wise. That's you,
It,
you know,
it's
getting yourself set up, motivating somebody else. Like, look, listen, I ain't there yet, but I'm gonna get there.
you prepare yourself to success.
I
When
wouldn't
I hear
consider
fake
that
it till you
it's
make it,
fake it,
like
though.
I think of the people who play the part, and when they get the part, they don't know what the hell to do.
Because that's not them.
That's
They
why I
playing
can't
a
fake it.
role. There's like so
Because
many
if you,
families out there that have gotten discovered, right? I was thinking about doing a whole saga on that, John. Like there, you seen the YouTube families? They come on here and they pretend to be happy, they pretend to be this, but in real life, their life is chaos. And they call them family like influencers and stuff like
Oh
that.
no, not those people.
So
No,
no, but that's the what we
that's the kind
consider
of fake it
fake
you're
it to
talking
make
about.
it. Behind closed
yeah,
doors in reality is something else. So we see them like this, but these people are really faking it to make it here on YouTube. It's a lot of people like that. Or the podcasters or the YouTube. I'm not gonna say podcasters, I'm gonna say the YouTubes that are trying to start some shit, but they're on here like they start off beef and they start off with the arguing, but they want to be positive afterwards. How? You can't fake that shit. Like there's no faking it to make it to that. Either you're fake, I mean either you're negative or you're positive or you're both. Like, but what I mean by negative and positive is like, no, I've seen it. I've seen some people that are toxic, real toxic, and they try to be positive, but it doesn't work. You're still negative. So it's kind of like, damn, you can't even be both, can you? Word. So
I just think like
that
if you
shit
yeah.
don't
led
have
me to a whole
confidence,
question.
practice
Oh,
being
what you say,
confident.
Camille?
Fake it till you make. Fake it
You
till you.
can't. That shit don't
But
work.
see,
People get caught
if
up at
you,
the end.
I think
cause
you
see,
can.
but if you think about the word fake itself, like it's not real. So, but if you're building yourself to that, you're not faking. You're literally building yourself.
Hmm.
You see
That's
what I'm saying? Like you're
Maybe you
not
mimic it.
imitating
You
it. You're
mimic it until
learning
it
it.
becomes a reality. Cause like
But
almost like
even
manifesting it. It's almost like manifesting, right?
if you mimic is a better term than fake instead of faking it. They similar, but mimic actually means to um, imitate something. So you can learn by imitating. So mimicking is a better term for that, but I wouldn't use fake because fake means not real. But if you're building yourself up to it, then that's real. What's faking is just playing a part, not becoming the part. You see
exactly.
what I'm saying? When you
Pretending to be
are
something you're
becoming something, you're in a process, you know. But when you're faking, there's no process involved.
yeah, you're just pretending to be something you're not, or pretending to whatever, but it's not real. That's why I be saying, I'm like, you're either real or you're fake. Pick one. Like
You're
there's
real
no in
fake.
between that. There's no in between in that one. Like I sit here and I put the thoughts out there. I think about it. I'm sitting here I'm like, nope. I'm putting myself on a whole loophole. There's no in between. Like if anything, trying to be positive while trying to fake. How can I say? Trying to be negative, pretending to be positive, is going to lead you to something else. Become even more toxic. I don't know because when people find out that you're a fake person, that everything that you said is not real, that you pretended to do this to, get the sympathy or the compassion of somebody, that's where shit goes left. That's why I was like, there's no point in faking
That
it.
but on this, but in today's society, that's what people want. The people just want to show. People be getting look. They expose Rick Ross and people still love him. You're like, come on now. I mean, this society is fucking fake.
So, because you got
So
this,
being fake is normal.
we're the
It's being real. When you be real, that's when you run into issues.
uh-huh, we is
It's
divided.
people all through. It's people all through this app. You know, that's faking it. The real people would be like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with them." But that's not the majority. Unfortunately, the majority is the people who acting. I mean, half the people on here then created a whole persona about themselves, and they believe it. And I be listening to them like, bro, you contradicting yourself. Like you can't, like you were saying, like positive content. You can't tell me a positive content creator if you don't have any positive content. Or
Mm,
if you have positive and negative, guess what? Then you're not positive. You're both. Just say, look, I'm into the fuck shit and I'm into this. But I
there you
can't
go.
take you serious. You see what I'm saying? When you're talking about some real shit. Like I can't that's why I have problems with some of these big content creators. Like I'm straight. I can't even deal with you because 1 minute y'all for the people, and the next minute y'all talking about the same type of people. Like you downing people. Like okay, look, if they ain't on your level, they ain't on your level. Okay, but why you in the mud slashing it? Like, I'm a better mud slinger than you. But you supposed to like nah, bro.
I didn't mean to laugh.
That
I'm
shit
sorry.
don't rock. That shit ain't you a liability in real life. Dealing with people, you a liability. I don't care how many subs or people watch your show. These people, I don't want them motherfuckers around me neither. 'Cause they slow as hell too. If they can't see it, I'm straight. That's why I don't be fucking with everybody chat. I don't care how many people you get in there. I don't want them bunch of slow motherfuckers over here about me. I'm gonna have a headache trying to talk to these.
No, but
I'm
see, I've heard
good.
people like, listen, I tried to support that last conversation I had with Word, and then my baby, before Word, it was with my baby pops, but like, Word ain't lying though. Like, I've tried to support people that have had positive channels, right? I've hopped up on all their channels and hi, how you doing? Like not hi, how you doing, but you get where I'm coming from. Like blessings is really what I say to everybody when I type in the chat. And then I say blessings to everybody else in the chat. If it's on topic, I'll speak on it. If something I know that I'll speak on it, but I don't speak on people. You see where I'm coming from? I don't bash people, I don't come at people. So it's kind of crazy, like, damn, how do you find yourself in a situation when you're trying to stay out of the bullshit? You're just here for support, but you can't support every content creator because at the end of the day, like, Word isn't the only one that said it. Tay said it to me. A lot of people said it. Do they support you at the end of the day? And in reality, I sit here and I think about it. I'm like, I really don't think so. They don't really know what my channel is about. Like, I sit here and I take the time and I've heard what people have said about me. I'm like, you know what? People don't really watch me. So at the end of the day, why am I even supporting you? I'll just keep supporting the ones that are really, really supporting me. And that's how I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, what's the point of supporting other people that ain't even supporting you for what? What Word
Seven
said make a
five
lot of
five.
sense.
What up, though?
That John set my ass. That oh my bad.
755. What up, though? So, I was in the bushes earlier. I was running around changing poop diapers.
He said
Um, I was,
Always
man.
with the TMI. What's up, 755?
seven
My
five
bad.
What?
five. That was Gary.
When?
I
Oh
I
my
don't
bad.
know no more. I done went
I just heard
blind and
somebody
deaf
speak.
fucking around with them. I thought it was Commander earlier. It was Gary. I'm done.
No, he was hearing shit earlier.
Gary said, "What up, 9?"
Yeah, I thought
Damn.
that was Commander. I'm like,
But damn,
What
Gary
up, man?
voice.
I ain't do
Gary
that. I don't know what you talking about. I wasn't there. I don't know what you talking about. I was not even on that channel.
yeah.
He
It
was
be
tweaking.
Gary,
y'all
He was
Gary
funny.
has
eating.
split personality.
I missed it.
He
I
was
gotta go
eating.
catch the replay. I was asleep earlier.
Look at the pot calling the kettle black. Ain't that something? The pot calling the
That
kettle black.
What happened? Y'all keep talking about it, but I'm a little lost. What happened?
What?
when
Earlier, where keep bringing it up. That's the only thing that happened. He thought it was just
no, they
Commander.
tried to DP me. They don't want Coach D no more. They want Word, but
Oh wait, DP. When I hear that here on YouTube, it means that somebody got dropped off the panel.
No, that's
no,
donkey punch.
Oh, wait. No, wait. Word.
I
I read what that said. And you know what?
I don't know
Hey
what he
man,
talking about.
I learned so much weird stuff working around white people. I'm like,
Oh
what the hell
man,
is that? They look it up.
you punch somebody and while they're having anal or vaginal sex, like what the
No,
fuck?
no, Rachel, no.
Yeah, don't read it out loud.
I looked
Go
it up.
go go look up
Like I
white
know I'm
dragon.
not tripping. Like wait a minute.
Man, go hey go
Yo,
look up white. Y'all go look up white dragon.
I'm dead.
Rachel
I'm
looks
dead.
up everything.
Yes, I do. Listen, man, you're not catching me out here on these streets. It don't matter if it's on social media around here. Listen,
She read
I
that
have
like,
a son.
wait,
I keep
wow.
telling everybody, my oldest is autistic, right? And he'll sit here. He used to smack me with everything back. He's like, Mom, you don't know what you're saying. And I used to think because I used to have the dictionary, I used to read a dictionary. I'm like, son, you don't know what you're talking about. Then I would sit here and read up. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. He made me feel stupid.
But who
So he
came up with that? Who brought that? Who brought that in this area? That's all I want to know.
uh
Don't everybody speak at one time.
it came up on a conversation one day.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, who brought it up? That's the question.
Oh, I
They
forgot
know
what
who brought it up.
I ain't saying
They know.
nothing.
Uh-huh. It
I'm
beat them
innocent of
innocent
all
people.
charges.
It beat up innocent people.
I'm innocent of all charges. I just learned the
I,
word.
they always tell y'all, be leery of the quiet one. The quiet one is always the dangerous one. That's what
Oh
they
shit.
tell us. What up, man?
What up, man?
Donkey punch.
Smoke. Hey,
And I can see Commander doing that dance in that video.
hey.
He practiced. Let
I'm
me
a
see if I
diddy
can do that.
everybody. Where my barrel
What
at?
up, man? We want Coach D. Chat, where you at?
Chat, where you at?
There you go.
Just
That's
donkey
up.
punch him. Just donkey punch him.
Mm-hmm.
Donkey, donkey,
That's what he's supposed to
donkey.
see. That's what he's supposed to put in the
Punch that
video.
donkey.
Chat, where you at? Donkey punch. See, that would have worked better. Yeah, now
Y'all keep talking while she's saying it. I can't clip it. I'm like, she talking. Y'all be quiet. Like,
It's
No, we
damn.
gotta clip Gary.
Oh,
Gary, I already
nope.
pulled your
you,
clips.
Miss Gary, just said it.
I
Like,
got, I got two more clips. I got those two and two more. I'm just looking for a beat. I think I'm gonna use the old blues beat with Gary.
yo, I need my barrel. I got a Diddy Kong everybody.
I ain't even supposed to be up here, but I came up just because, you know, that guy, the guy told me to come up here.
Let's
So
see
I
where
came
we
up.
at. Y'all want to see where we at with the poll?
The conversation was
If you
good earlier when where we was
if
talking
you
about
want it, wait a minute, you still got it up?
Huh?
You still got the poll up?
Yeah, I didn't take the poll down. The poll ain't coming down for a
Oh,
couple of days. I'm gonna leave it up for a minute.
you just trying to make sure that result you get, the result you want come up. It's okay though.
I don't even see the results. Hold on, let me make this bigger.
Back chat, where you at?
60 to 40. Why I only got
60 to 40.
7 likes? I got 15 votes and 7 likes. Y'all better start liking my stuff. Look, man, I ain't one of them people who be like this, like the thing, like the thing. But bro, I be getting like 100 views with like 18 likes. Can y'all please like? I'm asking. Look, I'm just a young black brother trying to make it. Can y'all just please hit the like button? Y'all ain't got to donate, but you can if you want to. If you want to donate, go ahead and donate. I got Cash App and I got Super Chat, so y'all go ahead and do that. But if y'all can y'all get like you and 3 of your family members just to go like my videos? I'm just trying to get in the algorithm. Young black brother, look, I ain't out here selling dope. I ain't out here selling crack. No, I'm hustling knowledge. So help a brother, help a brother. You know, get me out there, people. You know, get me
He,
out. I
Clip this.
deserve it. I'm a good
he said,
dude.
get your husbands, get your kids, your neighbors,
Yeah.
everybody.
Just let them go like the word. Like, look, man, y'all can make me go viral off of love. Just the love of love. You can make me go viral. If you love yourself, just go to one video, watch it for 5 minutes, hit the like button, tell your cousin and tell their cousin, and everybody tell cousins, then everybody go know. Right? We all got cousins. So we can all go tell a cousin to tell a cousin. And help me spread the word because when my word gets spread, what happens is I get happy, right? And when I'm happy, then that's a good thing because I'm happy. So help me get happy, please. You know, it's a selfless act. You know, God loves us all. God loves me, and God wants you to love me. So just go ahead and hit that like, and just steal your friend's phone and hit the like too. Just take it. If they don't want to do it, you do it. Just show the love for me, and take your friend's phone, your cousins, your uncles, your barbers. Even your bar, just take the phone and hit the like. Thank you. That's all I wanted to say.
Mm.
Welcome to Good
Ain't
That
Burger.
was
nobody care about your feelings.
screw your feelings. That's what somebody said they was gonna say. Now you worrying about feelings.
That's another clip. Keep talking. That's another clip, and that one was clean. Wasn't nobody talking.
I don't care.
No me importa.
OMG. OMG. You should have clipped your segment just now. You should have clipped that whole thing.
Oh, let's go get clipped.
So word, if
Last
there's
one
a
play.
if there's a God, right, and he is male, there is a goddess, isn't there?
Who?
A goddess.
Hold on. What you talking about?
I was bringing back the topic from earlier.
Writers really wants
No,
there to be a goddess.
no,
No,
I
because
didn't.
I mean I was reading about it. It's
I
not that
didn't.
I really want it to be. There's allegedly in the history books goddesses exist.
No,
We are the goddesses.
no. I'm talking about from. No, I didn't hear what she originally said.
No, I said since since you explained to us, what God is, is he a male and stuff like that. But the other day, when was it? Yesterday, you was going to explain to me, is there goddesses? And I said, save it for today's topic. I said, is there goddesses? If there is a God and he is all male?
When you no, when you look throughout history, through almost every ancient spirituality or religion, it was always goddesses, and that's one of the points I made when Christianity itself, or Catholicism was created. Even the Hebrew, when that was created, we were living in a patriotic system, man dominated. So even in ancient Egypt, they were getting rid of goddesses.
Mm.
They was demoting goddesses in Greek mythology. Like Hera was like a bad MF at one point. But when you start looking at the ages before they switched over to Christianity, Hera lost significance. People used to worship Hera. They used to worship Aphrodite. All these are the goddesses or the women of the Bible anyway.
Yeah, because I always still thinking about how on the history book it shows that, well, allegedly Enoch, seen God's wife, the creator of all humans.
That wasn't even in the book of Enoch. That was in the book of
That was on another book. It wasn't on
yeah.
the book of Enoch. I read
What
that
book was
somewhere in
that
the
in?
history.
Yeah, it was in another book. It's in a it's one
It's talking about the older
they
gods because they said
well
that allegedly there's another man that was how can I say it? You know how they say that the men back then lived for centuries. Enoch was one of them. Well, allegedly there was another man that had lived for centuries before Enoch. That I'm sitting here. I was like, damn, I didn't know that. So that led to the story of Enoch.
Methuselah.
Methuselah lived as long as Enoch. Um
Good night.
He said
Adam
good night.
Cain. Um yeah. Commander dropped off. Good night,
Yeah,
Where's
sis.
Amanda go? No
she
more
just
talking.
dropped off. She said good night. That's why I said good night.
Oh snap! For real? I didn't hear her say good night. She just dropped
But
off. She did a donkey punch and left.
But
She's a ghost whisperer.
if you're talking about the Christian God, the the doctrines that state the Christian God had a wife are considered Gnostic texts, and in those Gospels it makes sense because the God of that Bible is what they call the demiurge,
Oh,
right?
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's called the demiurge. So it's not what you think it is, and it's a reason. It shows duality though, because the wife is the light. The wife would be like the serpent, the one who gave us knowledge and information. That would be what the wife was, and then the husband would be the caretaker.
Oh
So
shit.
the story was told different.
Kind of like
So
Adam and Eve.
it was the wife that sent the serpent to give Adam and Eve the knowledge, because the husband was just mistreating them. So she was trying to help him. So then she sent Jesus.
Oh shit. Yo, I knew I wasn't tripping because the way he's breaking it down, but people was making me feel like I'm crazy, and I don't really bring up these
So
topics like this. I'm still learning.
she sent her son,
Oh shit.
not he. But see, it's a lot of Gnostic texts. Um,
So I wasn't
they
tripping. See, at
it's
one point I
Gnostic.
thought the apple was temptation, and Word broke it down. That's where I
uh,
let in the conversation of the three Adams and the three Eves and some shit. So, listen, I'm still on that rabbit hole.
and see, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like studying especially when you get into the Gnostic text, it's something totally different. Like you wouldn't even look at religion the same, you
I
know.
never had one, so it's kind of like
And there's so
I'm
many of
open.
them. I'm
I'm
not gonna lie
open.
to you.
I'm open to learn because I don't have a religion. Like I tell people, and I don't plan on having one, but I'm willing to
But
learn.
but see this is the reason I don't like talking about religion, because one, like, I learned all this stuff, but then I learned like it was stuff before this. So I can talk about it, but then it's more like I want to talk. If we're gonna talk about this, let's talk about first. I guess you got to take people through stages. This is why, and I'm not shouting them out, but Dr. York was so effective because Dr. York took you through Hebrew, then you became a Christian, then you did Islam, then you went into the Kemetic science, then you went into his teaching. So it's like he kind of walked you along, and that's where most people start at Christianity. And I mean, Christianity is different from Catholicism. Catholicism is different from Hebrew. The people don't even know that. And then what form of Christianity? But when you get into the Gnostic text, it's something different. It's like reverse everything you know, like a reverse Uno card.
You
Like
know,
Satan becomes Jesus.
what
Jesus,
came first though?
you said what?
I said, what came first? The Christianity, Catholics, Hebrews.
Hebrews. But
Hebrew came
but
first.
see, this is the thing, because when you look at, so from if you talk about the first monotheistic religion, you have to go into Zoroastrianism, and that is Babylonia. When
I
you
thought,
go into that, when you start looking at that, you go automatically see the Semitic text. You go automatically see the ancient Sumerians, the Anunnaki. So now when you're looking at Zoroastrianism, and it's like, okay, it looked like some primitive people was trying to explain what this says. Like if I have an intellect of 200 and I write something down and you got an intellect of 100, you ain't gonna be able to perceive what I'm actually saying, but to the best of your ability, you describe it, and that's what happened.
only word, yo. I swear to God.
And that's basically, I'm being honest, that's what happened.
Oh, you
It's
speaking so
like
good, though.
these primitive people who couldn't grasp these concepts because they don't have the internal force. They can only understand things outward by association and categorizing and putting things in box. This is why they made God physical in the first place.
Mm,
They give God all these human attributes. It's a he.
it's a she.
God is jealous. What the fuck God got to be jealous for? He done made everything. What he gonna be? Like, some people be hearing what they say. Somebody, God gonna be jealous of us. Like, why we ain't worshiping him?
You know
What,
what's
like, that
crazy?
don't even make sense. Why do your God need to be worshipped? That don't make sense.
I wonder if people understand what they're reading. And the reason I say that is, right, because even you have broken it down to me, like, I've done the reactions. I got a couple lined up. I just don't know how to do it. But um, when we talked about the heavens, we talked about the gods and all that, right? At one point, remember, I was confused. And people was like, you tripping, there's only one God. I was like, man, I'm reading the passages and I'm reading the chapters to these Bibles, right? And I'm not just reading one Bible. I'm sitting here reading different Bibles, especially after I ordered them from Amazon. Like, I want to know what I'm reading because what y'all saying doesn't make sense on what is written down on these Bibles, from the new one to the oldest one, right? And at the end of the day, my thing is, it talks about more than one God, more than one devil, and more than one demon. And I know I'm not tripping. I mean, at first I thought the apple meant temptation, but Word broke that John down. And today he just broke it down even more.
Okay, answer this question. How many heavens are there?
How many real heavens are there? Damn, I
Yeah.
forgot you told me that, and it's on one of my lives.
Well, how
I thought
many?
it was. They said it was seven, but
Okay,
I
so
thought there was
seven
only
heavens.
three.
Now check this out. We gonna roll with seven. Seven heavens. How many chakras do you got?
I don't know.
Seven. Those seven
Okay,
heavens, those align with the seven chakras.
that's what you said. Okay, okay, okay.
These are seven bodies of yourself, but they took it and made it external, but
Mm,
it's really internal. So your seven heavens are your seven levels of heaven that you can experience. You just have to go through the process. You
I
have
get
to
that.
learn the lessons, like school. Hold on, who's that? One second, I'm about to let you up. I'm trying to. Young Riz. Oh, here we go.
What up?
What up, though? I ain't
Conversation
speak to
on both
you in a
levels.
while, bro.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. But
Yes.
hey, yeah, I kind of see what you mean by seven heavens. There is seven heavens. It's seven levels to heaven, basically. The seventh one is when you meet God face to face. So there's different levels to heaven. So you do reach Him at the same time. It's like different levels of different stages. Though the seventh one is when you meet God face to face. So when
Now
you
check,
reach the seventh one, that's when you get to meet your Creator face to face.
now check this out. When you're going through your chakra system, guess what the seven chakra is called?
Hmm.
The crown
Okay.
chakra. That's what you get when the crown chakra opens up. You get Christ consciousness. So this whole word Christ is an older word called Christos, which means anointed one. The one who have reached the seventh heaven, the one who have reached the seventh level of consciousness, who is now one with the Creator. You get to see God. Um, these are older teachings told in a way where the power is outside of you versus inside of you. If they got you believing, if you do right by doing these things, that you can reach heaven, then you go do right by them. But if you knew you had to do right by yourself, then you gonna be focusing on that instead of focusing on bringing a heaven to earth, and that's what happens, you
That's a
know. And I'm just, I mean, how people feel about it is how they feel about it. I ain't telling you don't do what you do. I'm just telling you the truth. They told you left,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna
think
tell
that's
you right.
over. Like basically when I do my salah, that's kind of unlocking your chakras anyway, though. So there's positions when you pray and stuff. That's kind of unlocking your chakras in a way.
Yeah, I
Praying
mean,
your salah.
it's perception. They try religion. It's the intent, right? People use it for different reasons, but the creation of it was basically what I'm doing. That's why they created religion. It was to give it to everyone because they knew practicing it this way, everyone won't achieve the highest level.
Okay.
But by practicing it, I learned these other things that people can do. So let me give that to them. That's why they got y'all praying. People like what praying is really gratitude, but it puts you in the same state as gratitude when you praying. This is the difference.
It's
When you
praying for
talk,
the sake.
hold on,
I
hold
get
hold
you.
on, hold
So
on. Now check this out. When you manifest it, it's two ways to easily manifest. Either if you matching the frequency on the high vibration or if you matching it on the low vibration. What do I mean? When you become desperate. If you ever listen to people say, I done prayed God for this, they knew it. They were so desperate that they had to have it. And it popped up into their existence. Thank God. Right? But they
Mm-hmm.
truly manifested it. It was just they resonated on the lower on the negative frequency, but they matched it to the point they had to have it. What prevents people from manifesting quick on a positive frequency is because the people don't match the frequency in the belief that they even deserve it. That's why they pray and beg for it. But when they get desperate,
Mm-hmm.
what happens? It pops up.
I get it though, yeah. That makes sense though in a way. But yeah, I get that though. Wait, Buster, that's why basically, like the Sufis, the Sufis, basically the way they practice Islam and the one that I follow though, they're basically practicing Islam, but they're like more like the mystic, the Islamic mysticism. That's what Sufis are though. They just practice traditional Islam, but the only difference is that they're more on a deeper level. So when they meditate, when they do a lot of other things as well, they basically when they meditate as well, they actually go on a deeper conscious level than the normal Sunnis though. They're all the same though, it's just that basically the Sufis go on a very, very, very deeper level.
And that's like you got Gary dropped down. I didn't even know Gary dropped down. But
Hey, Gary, why you left?
you got I'm about to jump off anyway. We've been
Okay,
rocking.
what are you gonna say though?
But if you look, you got seven heavens, right? You got
Mm-hmm.
seven chakras. Then you got seven gates of hell. I'm telling you, within duality, you go experience either hell or heaven on earth. It's up to you what you experience. You know, a lot of us experience hell because we don't know we can have heaven here. We look as heaven as something that we receive after, but we actually think about what I'm saying. And I don't care what religion you believe in. I don't care what you practice spiritually. We all know we have souls, right? And
Mm-hmm.
souls are actually supposed to be the biggest part of us, but we live a human life because we're spiritual beings having a human experience. That's why we get into the flesh because we're here to experience the flesh, right?
Yeah.
But that's not
Mm-hmm.
all we are. We not only flesh. We are spiritual beings having human experience. We need to live through the spirit into the flesh, to experience. See, that's why we here. We here to experience life. But if we live in here thinking like we got to do this because when we die we go here or there, I'm sorry to tell you, the part of the creator that goes back to the creator. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Your consciousness is where you put it. If you put it in heaven, it's gonna be in heaven. If you put it in hell, it's gonna be in hell. But the soul that goes back to the creator. That ain't got nothing to do with you. That's just a piece of the creator that was gifted to us to have, spiritual enlightenment, to guide our consciousness. The Father, the Son it leads you to the Father. The only way you know your consciousness is through your heart. It's through the divine spark. That's what that means. The way to the Father is through the Son. You have to go through your soul, your spirit to guide you. You have to go through you have to use the soul to guide your spirit. That's why they tell you the consciousness is the seat of the soul. Meaning once the soul takes seat in the consciousness, you become whole. So that's all I want to say.
No, I get that though.
That's some real shit. But let me hop down because I know you got to get there up early. Me too. But
Okay.
this was a great conversation. And till next time, y'all.
Always come rock out, man. I'm about to yeah, I think they
So
go
definitely.
y'all go get word back. Now, I don't know if y'all gonna want word back, but it's gonna
It's
be
all
a
right.
different word.
Commander and Gary just, donkey punched everybody and just left. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I'm about to go work on the remixes. I'm about to find me some new music. But
I'm saying, like, y'all did the whole definition of donkey punch. It says it's at the end. Y'all just donkey punch and left, huh?
yeah,
Bye.
I'm telling you, man.
Let me get down.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. Commander, Gary, Word, Riaz. Let me get out this John.
Shout out. As soon as we're about to get off, the numbers on the climb. We about to go on, y'all. Y'all gonna have to catch the replay.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. We had fun. Catch the replay. It was a good live. We rocked out. We'll be back Saturday. I'll do the chakras next week sometime. But yeah, y'all might get word back. But when he come back, I don't know if y'all gonna like him. But yeah, shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Cutting edge, what up, though, bro? Appreciate you. Appreciate, bro. You gotta find your way over here one day. Cutting edge, I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out, cutting edge. You gotta find your way over here, bro. I appreciate you. You a cool brother. I be seeing you in other chats. I be incognito. I be in the Raptors chilling, but you're a cool brother, man. I like your input. I think we'll have some good dialogue over here. So yeah, you'll be you'll be cool over here, bro. So yeah, come over here one day, bro. We'll rock out. You ain't gotta hit the panel or nothing. I see you rocking out in the chat. You be dropping jewels. But yeah, this was a good conversation. Like I said, we gonna talk whatever y'all love to talking about. We'll talk about. I'm here for the people. I'm letting y'all pick my brain and take knowledge out. It's just I'm gonna be a little bit more unapologetic, and I'm gonna just tell it how it is. I deal with factuals. I don't really do all the deductive and inductive reasoning. I'm a more deductive guy, right? Let's stick to the facts. We can build off of that. And if you can present a belief, then articulate it in a way where we can observe it, then I'm cool with that. But yeah, we gonna have these conversations. Coach D ain't got none of that fancy stuff. So I'm just out, man. But I'll be back Saturday. Saturday.